Hello, everyone. It is just me today because somebody called Emma is going to see Lily Allen, and apparently she had to drive to Nottingham during our call. No, I'm kidding. I'm very excited for her to see Lily Allen. I'm hoping it's wonderful and amazing. But it is just me that you're getting today, and it doesn't matter actually that Emma's not here because we're going to be editing the podcast, so it's all going to be quiet giggling anyway. So I'm just gonna get some tabs up. So let's get rid of side up. Let's see if we are live yet on TikTok. Bam. Yes, we are. There we are. I don't think Sam is joining us either today because I'm going to see her in a little bit. And I'm pretty sure she's at work setting things up for her event. So yeah. I'm going to put my phone away so I'm not distracted, and then keep on top of the comments here. If you are watching and you are joining us today, please let me know what you are working on and what you are up to so we can work together. If you don't know, the UK is having a bit of a heat wave, and when I say a bit of a heat wave, I mean it's like 35 degrees in London, and we are all melting collectively. It's 31 right now. Allegedly with a high of 33, so yeah, we're all melting. I've got a fan set up in front of me, so if you can hear a humming noise, that's what that is, and I will not be turning it off because otherwise you will see me turn into a puddle. I've already got so much powder on that my face feels crunchy for seeing Sam later, so this is as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, please let me know whereabouts you are and what the weather is like, because that is very good chat for all of us. We love a little weather chat here. Cool. So let's start this shindig. We're gonna do work screen share, and then I'm gonna share my Riverside. There we are. Wonderful. That looks all good. We are going to be editing the podcast with Ada today, which was all about ICP. So I'm just going to rename this whilst we're here so we know what it is for later. ICP. Oh, there's me crunching over. What a just edit to choose, like, thanks guys for whoever's doing this. Hi Sophia Elizabeth, how are you? We are doing a marketing work together, so let me know if you are working on any marketing work. It doesn't have to be, I guess, marketing. It could just be normal work. I am editing a podcast, not just of me, also other people. It looks like it's just me. And I'm trying to figure out my tabs, so I'm going to move this closer and then get rid of those. And then we're just going to start editing. I will here and there switch between tabs so I can see if anyone's commented on TikTok, because those comments don't come through. But I am here for the most part. So, let's start at the beginning, eh? So I'm gonna get rid of that, and then we're gonna go from here. Cool. We don't want subtitles here. Oh, that looks... Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Blame It. We need to be louder. Marketing. We are super excited to have Ada. I'm gonna magic audio myself straight away because, let's be real, it needs it. And Ada with us today. She is the CMO of the Year Lithuania, which is very cool. Oh, we also need to listen up fast. I didn't even have to pull any Lithuanian strings to have this happen. It just came to us. So it's very exciting. We are going to be talking about ICPs today, and I wish we didn't have to talk about them anymore because I wish just everyone, got it. And I feel that way about so many marketing subjects. Did it, and it was fine, but that is not the case. So we will be doing a dedicated episode on ICPs, which I'm excited to talk about because I think we're all very passionate about that. So yeah, Ada, please introduce yourself.
So my name is Ada.
We are gonna zoom Ada in. She's way too far away. We want to see her face. She's like this.
Ada. I'm from Lithuania. Sounds like a dating profile. Anyway. Oh, no, so I've been in marketing in C-level positions for 15 years, though I'm 25 myself. So yeah, and I'm at the moment working for Norcurrent, which is the biggest Baltic mobile game company. We have about 800 million downloads, about 15 million
Insane numbers.
monthly players. Super dynamic, super interesting, super lot of data. And overall, I worked in many different industries, from finance to aviation and different services. And at the moment, gaming is probably one of the most dynamic things I ever experienced. So when I used to say never boring, now I know what it means. I manifested it. Never boring.
Excellent. I'm very excited to talk about ideal customer profiles and gaming. But before we do,
All right, so let's. I'm also going to magic audio Ada because I think she's going to sound more upfront. But we definitely need to make her louder.
Dynamic things I ever experienced. So when I used to say never boring, now I know.
It's better. And then I think Emma will have to come down just a touch. But that's easier than trying to fix bad audio.
Manifested it. Never boring.
excellent. I'm very excited to talk about ideal customer profiles and gaming. But before we do that, let's talk about marketing gossip. Ada, you can't come on this podcast unless you.
Who's trolling me? Kyle Dodd. Oh, wonderful videos, mate. I'm good. I mean, you got some dog content there, so yeah. I'm only joking. Thanks, Kyle. Who are you, Kyle? What's your deal? Are you working on some marketing right now? Is that why you've joined us here? Because we can get savage otherwise.
Share with us something that you have royally fucked up, and if it did change your life, tell us how it changed your life. You might have just been like, I'm never talking about this ever again. Thanks, guys.
No. It's actually, because, I got a sneak peek to this question. I was like,
Oh, I want all the scenes, please, to be zoomed in. There we go. I didn't do that right the first time.
I never, because I'm perfect. But yet, I was thinking actually what happened. It's not like a one-time thing. I was actually thinking the way my personality has been before, certainly when I was a young professional and marketeer and very big ego-driven, my opinion is the right one and everything. And then I had babies and I went on maternity leave. And you see, like ego kind of had been healed because nobody cares when you're out and there's no big opinions and your life kind of, becomes your life and at work nobody cares. So it changed me a lot as a person. So I didn't kind of fuck up. I would say, kids are good. But it was very interesting.
Kids on the fuck up, just to be clear.
No, I do love my kids' statement. Don't. Kids, mama loves you. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I love them.
Because obviously they watch these.
Oh my god, my audio. Right. Let's crank it way down.
Because obviously they watch these. Because obviously they watch.
Right.
My kids' statement. Don't.
Oh my god, Ada got made loud too. Cool. Let's just turn both of us down.
It was very interesting.
Kids on the fuck up, just to be clear.
No, I do love my kids' statement. Don't. Kids, mama loves you.
She sounds like she's underwater. Let's crank that down.
It was very interesting.
Kids on the fuck up, just to be clear.
No, I do love my kids' statement. Don't. Kids, mama loves you. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I love them.
Because obviously they watch these.
They're so into their marketing podcasts, right?
They are. I'm raising the new generation. No, but I think overall the fuck up part is my young self, the way I had the attitude, the way I thought have to break the walls, the lack of, and of course, it did a kind of not horribly, but when I look back at myself, I'm like, oh, you young, stupid, arrogant girl. Oh, look at you. So that was one thing. But if you want something more practical, in my first job in Mindshare, I was working in London in a global media agency. I billed a client 1 million instead of 100,000 pounds. So it sadly was corrected. I did not make that much money for the company. I wish I would, but it was a big drama. So here you go.
Yeah. Nothing
I
like
think
an
extra
zero.
zero.
I am too quiet now.
Is just. I think
extra
extra
zero.
zero is just. It's.
I think I'm just gonna mute myself because I'm just modeling the audio rather than adding anything.
Big drama. So here you go.
Yeah.
I think extra zero.
Just gonna... And then we have to make sure that Emma's the one that is visible. Can I cancel myself?
Money for the company. I wish I would, but it was a big drama. So here you go.
I think extra zero is just. It's very easy. It's easily done.
You know what it was? It's the points and the commas.
Yeah.
Which is which? Well, a little bit there, a little bit there.
Maths. It's not my strong suit, so yeah. That's why I always use a spreadsheet.
I mean, you can't say maths is not your strong suit and then use a spreadsheet. I don't think those two If you don't do maths, you don't do spreadsheet.
Yeah, maybe.
Spreadsheet.
Yeah, maybe. I do also. I really like your sort of first part of your confession, Ada, because I think that is something that I think a lot of us grapple with, especially as we're getting older. And it sounds like you had kind of like quite a senior position, quite young.
22.
And 22.
My first grade boss.
And so that is part of it, isn't it? You kind of feel like you've got to go in there and kick some doors down and punch some people in the face. And as you get a bit older, you're like, maybe I don't need to punch everyone in the face.
It becomes
We got audio from multiple places.
you know, kumbaya.
22 is wild to have that much on your shoulders. Like, you know, yeah.
Oh my lord, it sounds, but it becomes like it's a common goal. At this point, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. My success is company success. And it takes a while. I think it takes a while for all of us to understand, like, if I shine, but the team doesn't shine, it's not worth it. If we shine, but the result is not there. So it's, you know, it's a common good and it's difficult. And maybe also what helped me now is the environment I'm in, which is more kind of a appreciative of that. And if you're in a hardcore corporate where you need to, you know, bunch shoulders and everyone's like, oh, it's a fight, it's difficult. But I think the work quality in the end, in the right environment, that's what matters.
Yep, absolutely. We love that. Great.
I'm just adding absolutely nothing to this conversation.
Environment, that's what matters.
I like it. We need some.
Let's get Emma on this. There's a long pause as well. I'm gonna just get rid of that.
I think the work quality in the end, in the right environment, that's what matters.
I like it. We need some zen on this podcast. Sometimes we're a bit too like, yeah, fuck everyone. And it's like, no, realistically, don't.
Yeah, I just started working with somebody that I've known for years, but the last time we worked together, I was like 21. And I'm just like a whole different human being now because I'm 32. And we had a call where I was like quite sassy, not sassy, but like quite direct and quite like inquisitive of an agency we were talking to. And he was like, oh, she's like, Brutal's back, Brutal Ruta. And I was like, oh, she never went away. I've just developed other personalities.
Oh, Brutal Ruta.
And I was like, oh, she never went away. I've just developed other personality aspects, you know, like I can bring her back, but you know, there's other things to work with now, and we just had a good laugh about it. So yeah.
Yeah, Brutus not the only personality in the toolbox now.
No, exactly. Well,
Ooh,
wonderful.
like that.
So
It works well, doesn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
going to call myself Bada from now on.
Bada's so good.
Yes, guys.
Add a
I
bad-
love it.
yeah, works on two levels as well, not just
Yeah.
brutal, but also, you know, like bad bitch, badder.
Yeah, absolutely. From now on, I'll be like, today in the meeting, it's Ada or Bada, you choose.
Bada or Bada.
Bada, you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So let's start with like really stupid basics, right? What is an ICP actually meant to be? Like, what is it a doc? Basics, right? What is an ICP actually meant to be?
So I'll talk from my perspective. I always take a thing that I'm not lecturing. I'm not an academic professor. So for me, it's the clients that bring us the most mutual value. I perceive it like this. So a group of clients that brings us as a group the biggest value. And I think a big mistake a lot of times we do is we confuse it with demographics or personas or target audience. And that's definitely not that. And a lot of times it actually kind of pins the problem. It's like, no, but we are targeting this to 25-year-old women. And that is not ICP. That is your target audience, which is not necessarily a good thing. And it's very broad and not necessarily very valuable. So I would describe it like that, I think.
So what are some of the aspects you would be looking for? So if you're trying to evaluate who's the most valuable both ways, what are the aspects you're focusing on?
So overall, you know, I kind of want to say don't lean just on data, but firstly you lean on data. So you look at the people who bring you the most monies, because we all like the monies. And then
We love the monies. Who is here with me all by myself? Don't wanna be.
the basic math. Well, you find the monies, you look for patterns. You look for the patterns which are repetitive and that you can apply to say, okay, well, these 10 clients, saying minimal, for example, or whatever numbers, have something in common. And that's how you start building the ICP kind of groups, because it can be a number of ICPs on different levels. But basically, you start from the data and you go backwards into building your client base. And a lot of times, these are maybe not even the clients we have right now, but you can look into like lifetime value and acquisition costs and retention costs and see, well, actually, this would be my client because that's where the money lies.
Yep. Absolutely. And then what's your view on who owns the ideal customer profile? So obviously traditionally it's something, it feels like it gets filed away in a drawer somewhere, doesn't it? Along with all the other marketing stuff,
I said nothing in this podcast so far. Like nothing.
personas, etc. But when I've seen an ICP work the best, it's been where the product team have actually kind of been the ones that sort of own it, with marketing input and data, but they own it because they're trying to build for the ICP, right? But what's your view on that? Do you think that's for us to own, or do you feel like it works when someone else does?
It has to be everywhere. In my opinion, it has to be everywhere. So if you put it in marketing, it's going to be left as a targeting tool because there's only so much we can do in marketing. We can use it to perform the messages, sort things, and so on. In product, definitely, because when you know which people bring you the most money, what are the behaviors, what are their needs, likes, economics, and so on, you can build much more for that audience. Customer support. If your target audience are the best, are 90-year-old ladies who need to live in Canada and like beavers, you're probably not going to go like, hey, stop, you know.
It's very niche. I like it. As it should be.
Well, I'm not judging those ladies who like, knitting and beavers, but the idea also, what the process a lot of times is, if you have the group that you identify, it's good also to take some individuals you can interview to understand the patterns of the group, how to communicate, what do they need, what problem are you solving? Because a lot of times, there's no problem solvement, there's not a product, or the product is like, we're better because we are more pretty. So, which is difficult in gaming because we ultimately all solve kind of the same problem, but if you're selling services or goods, these things should be in absolutely every department. Maybe accounting can live without it, I would say.
I do love it when the CFO knows the ICP.
Absolutely.
Then it always makes your life easier. Like you're in a meeting, you're like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Do you? Fabulous.
In gaming, we call them, of course, we call them the whales. So these are the big spenders.
Yeah.
Yes, they're called the whales. Not about the size, but the amount of money they spend. So what we try to do is, of course, depending on a game, sometimes you have a list of like 50 people or 100 people, whatever. These are like super big spenders. But again, you look to patterns. Why are they playing? What are they doing in the game? What's the motivation? Is it the show how good it is? Is the creative part? So, and then you start also basing on those because you understand how much profit they bring and how much this casual player brings. And our CFO definitely knows what a whale is. So
I love that. Maybe we need to start introducing this router into B2B SaaS.
Yeah,
We're going
the
after the whales, guys.
Yeah.
it's interesting for me now. We're working with, for example, China with social media and the different wordings they have for different things. So, for example, it's not really to ICP, but just fun names. So they list their audiences of KOL, key opinion leaders. So there's the head, the ones who have the most following. There's the neck, there's the waist, there's the tail, and this is like depending on stuff. Yeah, because we go like micro, medium.
Yeah.
They have layers and they all know about it. So I'm laughing at my team like, you're gonna be my head and you're gonna be my tail.
I love it. I never obviously we all talk about marketing in a fairly westernized English first way, so we all kind of use the same words, but obviously in a whole different market with a whole different language, so I'll have different metaphors for different groups, etc. So yeah, that's actually really interesting. So the other question that I actually wanted to ask, so as you mentioned, you kind of were an agency and then you've worked in several different sectors, B2B, B2C. Has working in gaming changed how you perceive ICP, or has it changed how much you...
First insight I've had this whole fucking podcast, thank God for Emma.
Appreciate it because it's kind of different, I assume, than normal B2B?
I think ICP overall is, at least in Lithuania at the moment, is not very much used at all.
Okay.
I think it's still baby steps. We have target audiences, and a good example, it's always easier to talk about others than ourselves. We had lunch with a head of communication for one of the biggest telecommunications company in Lithuania, and they're talking about their issues. And of course, me being stupid, I give them a lot of free advice because the coffee. But I'm like, because they have problems with customer service and the personalized offers, and I'm like, okay, but what's your client's LTV? Like, he's like, I'm not sure. I'm like, is it cheaper to retain? Is it cheaper to get new clients? Why are you pushing for new? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, so who's your good client? I'm like, you're just like, we've been pushed to have a lot of new clients, but you don't know what's the value in that financially. So I think overall, a lot of companies, and I worked in finance and stuff, you look at what's your audience, again, demographically, where they live, what kind of basic need they might have, but you don't understand what's the money behind it. So in mobile gaming, it's an interesting thing because we track absolutely everything,
Yeah.
1 day retention, 2 day retention, activity. So absolutely everything. But the fun thing is that we track depersonalized, at least our company. So we don't know if you're a man or a woman. We only know the closest mobile internet tower next to your house. We don't even know where you live. So it's very depersonalized, but we track your behavior. And based on that, our success of the product, of our user acquisition is all based on your behavior. And then we see patterns of which we build the client. So for me, actually, probably it's the first company where we actually, even without fully understanding, we use ICP. Because it comes so naturally, you don't even go like, oh, this is ICP. Like, no, this is a whale. This is because you can create ICP based on behavior. For example, we have different types of monetization: people who are purchasing in the app and people who are playing and grinding hours by watching ads. And based on those, already have two groups of patterns and their behaviors and what they need. So one needs more advertising in the app, so we can build more opportunities there. Another one needs no apps, needs subscriber models, and so on. So even the product is built depending on that. So But when we started talking about ICP, I was like, oh my God, do we do that? I'm like, because we don't go, with a flag like ICP, and I'm like, of course, we just don't name it. So I think now it's the first company where we actually do it very kind of detailed and targeting for that and learning and building new products for that, and even taking that out to community management and what we're doing outside the game.
I think that's what the learning here is for everyone else, is because you guys are doing it intrinsically because of the behavior of the people playing the games, and it would be good for people like in our industry to see it that way. Like there is most tech in particular, because Ruta and I work predominantly with B2B tech, there is usage behavior, there are patterns, there are those things, but we never, I would almost go as far as say never use that in an ICP, like because it sits with marketing and we so rarely get that usage information or even adoption behavior, all of that sort of stuff. But that is really the key, I think, if you're in tech. If you're not in tech, I think
you said you don't get the data about adoption?
Very rarely.
It's like shit data. It's like conversion rates, which is
But
not
that's
like behavior data.
But that's the thing, is like, for me, I am a strong believer in the loop overall, and it's like, marketing looping to the product. And the only way is like, because if you, again, now I understand much more when I'm in gaming, but like my user acquisition journey can impact their retention, because if I bring not the right ones, I can get you, I was laughing, you need clients, I'll give you 10,000 clients now, but are they going to stay? Are they going to purchase? Are they going to adapt? So the fact that you don't get those, I'm shook.
We really...
Not most, that's a bad word. There's a lot of product teams in B2B tech that don't even look at the analytics themselves. They just build whatever the fuck they want to build. So like,
yeah, they very rarely even build for the target audience.
Yeah.
They kind of make a lot of assumptions about...
Is that too spicy? Nah.
What people they think people want,
Yeah.
without really ever validating it. Like it's a bit like the Wild West.
I always say, also to my team who are like working, because we do like the amount of creatives and advertising, we have like ridiculous amounts, our actions we're testing out, and they're like, yeah, but I don't like it. I'm like, are you the client?
You're not the user.
We don't, it's the same problem, like the basic example to any kind of B2B you're gonna be watching. We do TikTok and it works for us, and last year was one of the most spending channels. The TikToks that work are ridiculous, but like just like bazongas bad. Some of them are horrible, and some of our management or others like, this is shit. I'm like, are you on TikTok? No,
it's not.
that's
Yeah.
about that. That's about that. So it's
Did I just cut?
It's not.
So I'm like, are you on TikTok? No.
Yeah.
That's about that. So it's the same as So it's the same as like, you need to, like, when you create products, in my opinion, when you do marketing, you think about mess is not, and that's maybe another thing I learned for the stepping out of the bitch age. It's not me. I'm not the client. It's not for me. It's about what works in the end, and what works is based on numbers. And now in marketing, that's the pain point for me, that we can measure almost everything, like the steps. You can create the funnel, so you can see the.
We're gonna send this episode to people later.
Measure almost everything.
We're gonna send this episode to people later. Like,
Yeah.
I feel it. I can feel it. Just like, go watch this. Then
Go
talk
watch
to me.
Don't talk to us. I actually think from now on, when we go into a new business router, we should be like, oh, unless you've got usage data, I'm not going to work for you.
Yeah, what's happening there, guys? What's going on? I'm about to start a contract, and I think we're going to revamp the trial process, which I now am very like inspired / cognizant of all the things that I want from this conversation to be worked in there and the data that we want. So I'm excited. So obviously you guys are using ICP like so intrinsically, you don't even call it that. You don't need to talk about it. Can you give us like a practical example of something that you've done based on that you're kind of proud of and that you thought was a very good experiment or very good outcome?
Yes, took me a moment. So for example, again, now and for us, a lot of things come back from the data from outside within. It's not we're sitting there we're generating, so you kind of have eyes and then test it out. So if we're talking, for example, from marketing side, we had a TikToker who created a little video playing our game really, really fast, like crazy level fast. It had some traction. We did some whitelisting for the B2B people. It's when you pay money from somebody's flow. So we push kind of organic content. This little beautiful Indonesian lady has now 900 million views. But what happened out of that? Yes. With that popular. But what happened out of that and what we started doing? But what happened out of that, and what we started doing, is she created a community of people who are like that, who are moms staying at home, working, and they're playing the game. We started seeing what they need. We started pushing, build kind of an audience based on her and her community, because we saw the people around her were playing and started streaming themselves. Out of this, we have like 10, 15 hardcore streamers in Indonesia, and year on year we grew 683%, if I'm not mistaken. Because again, we started putting money, we started, using
Yeah.
acquisition, but we didn't before. Like, we wouldn't go like, Indonesia is the place to put money in a mobile gaming. It's like not, boom. And out of that, she formed a community. Out of that, we analyzed how much, what are the purchases, is it worth? Because same thing can happen with all due respect in India, but the money value is not going to be there. And so this is an example where you kind of look, of course, it was kind of, you can say it was easy because we had a success story and so on, but it can be done the same way in a B2B. You have some clients who are high power usage and you see good data. You go like, why we and not others? Why are we better for you? And out of that, you can build and see what's the pattern. Because a lot of times, again, people come.
Hi, Sam. Yeah, it's hot. It is very hot. How are you doing? How are you holding up? You said you landed at 1, so I assume you're probably by the O2 by now. Excited to see you later.
And they're like, oh, this is the product, because I am on the end of a lot of sales calls or pitches, or I have a next wonderful tool that's just going to change your life. And they sell me things that I don't need. But in that process, I'm like, oh, but do you do this and this? And I'm like, yeah, we do. So this way, like, understand your best financially clients, see why they're choosing you, and then go from there and try to see what you can build around similar companies. So
Yeah.
kind of a D2C example, but it can be reapplied with very good outcome.
Ma, you got sunscreen in your eye?
Yeah. Oh, I've had.
I think that's a really interesting, also kind of, I don't want to say cautionary tale because it's a good thing, but sometimes you have data outliers when you're doing your thing, and it's very easy to just kind of plow on and do the thing that you plan to do and not look at these like little things that are happening that you might not notice before. And actually, this has ended up being a great geography for you guys and a great.
What time are we seeing each other? Because obviously I finished the stream at 3, and then I was gonna head over. If that's the case, don't eat before you see me because I'm hungry too. If we're meeting each other later and you're hungry, please eat. I can't wait to hear your story, Sam. Let me know, what time you wanna link up. Link up. What are we? 15-year-olds. God, English.
Community for you guys, but if you didn't pay attention to that video that did well, but like it wasn't, amazing. It wasn't the 900 million. Yeah.
And a lot of people would ignore that, right? So like,
What was that?
If you didn't pay attention to that video that did well, but like it wasn't, amazing.
yeah, a lot of people would ignore that, right? So like, talking about some of the things that people get wrong when it comes to an ideal customer profile is one of the big ones is they're like,
Oh, get yourself a snack, Sam. Just in case, like, there's delays in eating. I haven't eaten all day, but I'm ready after the stream to link up. Cool. I'm gonna Google the bar we're going to, the boat. They do pizza if you like pizza, but if not, we can absolutely get something else.
can sell this to anyone. Like, and I'm sure you must get that in gaming all the time. Like, everyone will play this game, and it's like, well, that's just not the reality. That's just not going to happen.
We don't like. We also know from like around social media and so sport and stuff. We understand that, for example, our games are more female
Yes, pizza. You like pizza? I think you like pizza.
targeted, and there's a different. But again, there's a different need. Like there's men more again. Don't go in, like not to go into stereotypes, but men play more for strategy or kind of some kind of. It's different needs. We have also a lot of men playing, but the majority is females, and we definitely not everybody's going to play, not everyone's going to use, and no shoe fits everybody. And I know for me, the simple motivation in the end is always the P&L, and that's why I don't know when people are not thinking about it, because the amount of money, again, simple magic. So if we're putting 1 million euros into the global marketing, right? It puts little drops all over the place. But if you know that now has traction and that has value, you put the same amount of money in one, the return will be totally different. So for me, it's just simple, straight math.
Yeah. I really wish more people would think like that.
Yeah.
And now you can buy my course. No, I'm kidding.
No.
We love that for you. We will push that for you if you need us to.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
So If you were gonna
I'm touching my hair a lot because I'm not used to having my hair short, so it's just deal with that, everyone.
start, like, so if you're working at a company that's already quite well established, there's maybe perhaps a little bit of reticence about ICPs, you know, maybe there is that like, oh, we consult to everybody, and you're a marketer and you listen to this and go, oh, I just really want us to have an ICP. Where would you start?
So we start with the boring part, the data. Identify where, sort by most income. Whoop.
Yeah.
So you have the list of most income. And then I said, look for the patterns. Look for the patterns, whether it is, I don't know, industry. I'm just ballparking now, but try to look a bit deeper, not only like demographics but just a little bit deeper. What's, if it's a, for example, B2B software, you know, what specifics of the tool are they using? How oftenly? What is the paid plan? Like, how many people work in the company? Which markets? And because you need to go into a bit of Nancy Drew detective things like, why are they paying most money here? Then ideally, because it's still a lot of human impact, you take a couple if you can, and you have a short talk and say, so why are you happy? Why do you choose not us? What are the benefits? What are the best things about us? What are the worst things? What would you like to change? And then based on that, you already have your first ICP. This is the, you know, the most valuable. Same way you can do with a smaller income to understand what could you do to maybe grow it. But ideally, this is for sales and for marketing, then you know how to, which audience to approach, because you already have your group. You can select your markets, you can select your companies, you can select even the people, even think about the logic. The simple thing, and I have worked with, again, many tools and SaaS and stuff. Are you selling to a company CEO or are you selling to some kind of manager? It's a different process. Was it a face-to-face sale? Was it, how did the sale happen? What's, you know, these are the touch points, because the conversation, if you talk to search and sell or to me as a marketing manager, are different conversations, and the sales message is different and positioning is different. And so understanding these things and the patterns of the groups, you can group your marketing and again, then measure what you get out of it. You know, how much to invest where. Maybe it's worth to do a very good party for the whales, let's call them, you know, and then you will have a big, you know, revenue from there. Or so first look at the data, identify the group patterns, and then dig deep into the whole client touch points. How did it happen? How they came? Who you talking to? What's the communication? Talk to them if you can, because a lot of data is there. And sometimes you think they're buying us because of X, and it's not true. They're probably buying you because of totally different reason that you solve. And what's the pain point that you're solving? Because at the moment, for any SaaS, especially in business, you have to solve something. Otherwise, you're just an extra tool that it's expensive and nobody needs.
One of the I guess difficulties sometimes with SaaS is that you are
Nice, yes.
SaaS is that you are selling to one person, but the user group is a whole different group of people. And then obviously, if you're looking at usage data, the two hopefully are split out, but like you're going to have a lot more usage data typically than you are going to have like buyer data. Have you had an experience, like have you had a similar experience, and kind of what were your takeaways from both of those data sets?
Well, we don't, because we, you know, not a group
Yeah.
thing. So at the moment, it's like the direct to consumer. But I think overall, well, if you're selling to one person, it's the first one to convince, right? But the retention is made on the group. So I would say, again, start with like, what's the main issue? And what, you know, because when I do or train or help people to do sales, I go into like, okay, you talking to us? Okay, who else are you talking to? And people always say, because they think you're going to get a discount. No. It's like, no. And it's like, and what are the features? Why would you like them and not us? What's missing? What's, you know, because the sale made, again, is the person. It can be like personal relationship. It can be some whatever points you tickle and that works for them. But the retention is in the group. So I think it's very important to get feedback from the group. Maybe that could be a system, you know. You get these, but they're very annoying. The email, like, how do you like us, rate us, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But even Google now does these things where it's a team traveling around Europe, talking to the teams, like to extend the team, like what's working, what's not, what would you do differently? So you have to also talk to the team and get feedback as much as you can directly, because when the group is happy and something's working, then the salesperson will be like, I brought a good thing, everyone's happy, let's continue. So, and also it's all, in the end, it's all about the value, because, you know, in business, yes, there's some tools that you forget to unsubscribe, but mostly you know, every single month I get the invoice for a million tools we use. I go like, do we really? Is the team using? And actually, there's tools that I use, but my team is not. And because it's a team subscription, I cut them. I'm like, okay, so my team sees no value. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers the question, but
No, definitely. I think it's one of those things as well where I'd say that is where your usage data is so critical as well in like forming the relationship with, like, in our case, maybe.
Sam, what are you saying? I think I'm going to run to the Peninsula thingy, grab a snack and the rest of my belongings from Tesco, and we'll be ready after a little freshen up. Yeah, take your time, babe. It's probably going to take me till like, I need to run to the post office on the way, so 3:20. Sorry, you want like 3:20, 3:30 to get to. Just, you know, between leaving the house and that kind of thing. So yeah, all good. Also, do you want me to bring you a straightener? Let me know.
Maybe it's an admin, someone who's an admin versus a user. If you don't have that usage information, you can't feed that back to the admin, because sometimes the admin, in some weird cases, hates the platform, but the users love it. That happens, and then they want to keep it, but you want to get rid. Like, it could be the same for you, Ada. Like, you could have your whole team using something, but you hate it. But if they're all using it, and you can
I'll
see
be- I'll
that, you
be-
would keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think also like when you're thinking of retention and actually scoring what a successful client is and a successful ICP, that probably the speed of uptake and the feature usage from the users is going to be a really good indication of whether that client is the right client. Even if like the admin seems a bit weird for you or the company seems a little weird, maybe there's something within that to like, you know, health score or whatever CS want to do with that.
100%. And also, again, me and my money is, but to attract a new customer, it's
Yes, Sam, I'll bring you a straightener.
much more expensive than to keep an old one. If you track user data, you see red flags. The team involvement is dropping. Out of 15 active users that have accounts, 10 are using. You can go back and say, hey, what's not working? We are nowadays not inventing bicycles. We have very little differentiation in every tool we have.
I love that she said this because I feel like everyone thinks like what they're doing is like super unique and it's just not.
Like we're all pretty much
And if it is, it's kind of a problem.
selling same
Yeah,
with a different
same.
package and one extra with something. So we're fighting for very little attention. So customer service, identifying problems before the best service is always when they solve their problem before you go and complain about it. So data usage is another thing. You can do it for a smaller group. Again, identify your ICP, track those mainly, and you see some kind of red flags. You go and be like, hi, what's up? What's happening? Can we help? And you're gonna keep that client, I promise. And it's gonna be much cheaper than to get a new one. So
Yeah, amen. So, Ada, before we let you go, we love to talk about marketing gossip. So, have you got anything you want to share with us that you either hate or love that's happening in marketing right now?
Oh, you know what I hate? I hate. So I love AI. I'm like Boris. Do you use ChatGPT? I use ChatGPT. You know what I hate? I hate. So I love AI, but I'm a big AI tourist. I use all the tools, but what I hate is all the 97 million experts now who are telling you how to optimize for AI. Just make a website www.yourbrandnameplusreviews.com, and it's like, guys, for 1,000 years, I'm older than Google. Like we never knew fully how Google operated. Like I started my career in search engine optimization, and it's always a shadow thing. You kind of know the main things you have to do, but there's always something you don't know because if we would all know, it wouldn't work.
We'd all do it, yeah.
Exactly. So what makes you think that optimizing for, LLMs and AI is going to be 10 times more easy where you just put a little website? Yes, some things are very kind of basic and logic that you need a lot of PR articles, you need like high scoring websites. So, but those, experts that are like, just do this, just buy this. It's like, no. And I hate that people buy it and they come to me and it's the same thing. It's like, oh, we're just going to do this website. Like my brand is the best. And the AI is going to think that.
Also, we're dealing with like billion-dollar AI models. Like they probably are a little more advanced than that. Just saying.
Yeah.
No. Ruta, you're wrong. The website, Ruta is the best.
I love that she says my name properly. I'm so not used to hearing it with the rolling R. Love it. Lithuanians unite.
Marketing in a person in the world.com, and that's it. And that's how it's going to work.
Love it.
So
Love
that's
it.
my hate.
Love it. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Also, it is, whenever there's a new thing, there's always, the market of people selling the expertise and the new thing that no one has expertise in. So yeah, I think this has happened for like everything in marketing, inbound, personal branding, whatever the stake is in that
What's the
moment.
thing now? What do they call it? All bound?
Okay,
Nice.
that hour.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about B2B, and that's my wishes to all the people selling, turn off the damn automatizations and automations for sales. Jesus Christ, that 10 emails when you don't answer and they just go, it's a rainy day, but let's talk. It's like, we know LinkedIn, you're just out, we know. And
Yeah.
so that's another thing is like, I understand it's hard to sell but let's not target every 3 days on count, because if I didn't answer first 15 messages, it's not gonna change.
Also, it's just that thing, isn't it, as well? It's like clearly not understanding your ICP. Therein lies the...
I get the wildest
Yeah.
LinkedIn pictures of like, why did you think the message
I
me
would
about
want
this?
this.
Or it'd be like one of my first jobs after uni was in domains, and I still get pictures about domains till
It says pictures, doesn't it? Pictures.
pictures about domains till this day, and I'm like, babe, I haven't worked in domains for like 10 years. Like, this isn't for me.
Absolutely. So that's another thing. Automation is great, but as with AI, with everything, you need a human touch and understanding. Because if you got, because then again, you become one of the mass, 10, 15 people every day spamming about something, and you're like, I'm not even going to look at you because I see what's happening. So
I mean, we could do a whole nother episode, couldn't we, about how that entire sales model is broken.
And that's why I'm always talking about know your client to understand what are we going to solve. And that's it. You tell me like, I see this and this expensive. I can do it faster and cheaper for you. Take my money. Take my money.
Have all my money.
I don't have much, but have all my money.
Take it. Take what's left.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Ada, for joining us. It's been a really good conversation, and I think it's great to have your like a D2C perspective on ICP. Wow, that's a lot of that's a lot of acronyms, but I think it makes it more tangible and more actionable, and I think we can all take that away and make ours more actionable, which I think is probably the thing that's missing in B2B, at least for me. So yeah, thank you so much. You've been an
Pleasure.
inspiration, and we hope to see you on a live stream once this comes out. So if you've watched this episode, Ada will be on a live stream at some point. So come join, and you can quiz her all about gaming and ICP and all of those good things.
Yeah, all the spicy questions.
Excellent.
All of them.
Lovely. Thank you for having me, ladies. It was a good blast.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna end here just because the ending feels a bit rushed. Let's just want to delete the whole thing, guys. We're gonna bin this. And I'm gonna mute. Cool. I think the audio levels are okay. So I'm just going to download subtitles and the transcript, and then we're going to export this bad boy. Oh, we still have 20 minutes. Look at us. Go to exports. Lovely. So let me switch to chat and get it to create some. Get it to create some descriptions. This is the one. Yeah. No voice chat. Come on. Let's try again. And oh, it doesn't want me to. Upload things. Let's try one more time. Come on. No. Great. Great, everyone's really helpful. We love it. Well, never mind then, I guess. We're gonna just hang out. I don't think anyone else. I can see someone on YouTube. Is that you, James, by any chance? We're gonna just hang out here and maybe upload. No, I can't upload because it will crash my live stream. So maybe we can edit a couple more shorts. Let's have a look. So let's reshare my screen and do some edits. We want it on here. There we go.
You tell me, like, I see.
I think that's a good clip, but it's not a good clip for the topic. Let's try this one instead. So let's keep it nice and short.
What is an ICP actually meant to be?
So
And then let's zoom Ada in. She has left a great amount of for above Headspace, which will
From my perspective, I always take a thing that I'm not lecturing. I'm not an academic professor. So for me, it's the client. It's our clients that bring us the most mutual value.
just gonna move it to the side. And then we're going to take Emma out of the track. R and A. Share and export. Very good. Bum bum bum. Touch slow. Sorry, made for you. I definitely need more caffeine today. I can feel it. Sam, do you need more caffeine? Should we get more caffeine before we get to the fun
So
part?
we start with the boring part, the data. Identify where sort by
I'm gonna take us out of this. And then
the boring part, the data. Identify where sort by most income. Whoop. You see, you have the list of most income. And then I said, look for the patterns. Look for the patterns, whether it is, I don't know, industry. I'm just ballparking now, but try to look a bit deeper, not only like demographics but just a little bit deeper. If it's for example, B2B software, what specifics of the tool are they using? How oftenly? What is the paid plan? Like how many people work in the company? Which markets? And because you need to go into a bit of Nancy Drew detective things, like why are they
good. I like that. I'm missing that. You're right. Yeah, that's nice. And exporting. Oh, I didn't put Ida's initial on there. It's fine. We are just gonna. It's fine. Let's continue. Oh my god. Why am I yawning all of a sudden? So let's do another one. Is that the one we just did? I think so. Understand client value.
we had lunch with one with a head of communication for one of the biggest telecommunications company in Lithuania, and they're talking about their issues. And of course, me being stupid, I give them a lot of free advice because the coffee. But I'm like, because they have problems with customer service and personalized offers, and I'm like, okay, but
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, it's 50% about the coffee, 50% about talking to people and networking and all sorts of things. So I don't think it's that silly.
So in mobile gaming, it's an interesting thing because we track absolutely everything. Everything,
Yeah.
1 day retention, 2 day retention.
We don't need Emma saying yes. Excellent. Share. Nope, just gonna take us out. Bam and bam. And then export. Cute. Ba, 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 ba. Right, let's keep looking. Just think about you and me. And let's see this one as well.
There's a lot of product teams in B2B tech
Girl.
that don't even look at the analytics themselves. They just build whatever the fuck they want to build.
They kind of make a lot of assumptions
I'm gonna stretch to the side.
about what they think people want,
Yeah.
without really ever validating it. Like, it's a bit like the Wild West.
I always say
Gonna zoom you in.
and also to my team who are like working, because we do like the amount of creatives and advertising and everything, we have like ridiculous amounts. Our actions we're testing out, and they're like, yeah, but doesn't, like, I don't like it. I'm like, are you the client?
You're not the
No.
user.
We don't. It's the same.
We love it. Cool. Okay, how many? There was one without. Yeah. Edit. And I just wanted to change the name. I didn't want to rename my edit. Come on. Oh my god, why do I keep clicking that? Come on. Bam. Rename. There we go. Save. Cool. Okay. I think that is our work for today done. It's been very quiet on here. Did you all know that Emma's not going to be here? And you were like, F it, let's have the day off. Thank you if you did watch it back, I guess, after time, or if you watch now and just didn't comment and I can't see you. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna wrap up now. Take a little break and then go see Sam Dearest. So I'm excited for that one. There's probably going to be a LinkedIn post about it.